Brice Henry. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's been fantastic.
You're fantastic, Brice.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. We're so happy to have you.
Yes.
So you're coming here bringing an instrumental. You're not singing, but you play.
Yeah.
And let me ask you. I was listening to your music, and I have a hard time deciding whether I'm listening to blues, whether I'm listening to swing, jazz. How do you describe it? What genre would you say this is?
Well, you know, it can be all those things sometimes at one time, and sometimes it's a couple of them spliced out over the night.
Well
I
put.
like a lot of things. You know, everyone likes a lot of things, and so I try to get the whole of them all together in one place.
Who would you say your biggest influence is with guitar playing?
Oh, geez, you know, I mean, there's so many, but you know, I love Wes Montgomery. I love Steve Cropper. You know, Booker T and the MGs.
Yeah.
I love all the stuff out in Memphis. Love Albert King.
All right.
So, you know, there's, I don't know that I sound like any of them, but I wish I did.
No, we've heard you. You could sit in with anybody, that's for sure. And you're going to be performing the song G-Walk Blues.
Yeah.
You know, how do you write a song like that? How do you even start going into it?
Well, you know, thankfully for us, you know, blues have been around for a long time, so there's a structure to that already in place. So you kind of know which way you're going to go. You just decide, you know, how you're going to walk there.
That's a good way.
And it's kind of amazing how blues, it can sound, you recognize blues instantly. When you hear it, you can recognize
It's ingrained in the human experience, I think, and certainly inside the United States. You know, it's American music.
Right.
You know, it's fundamentally, at the end of the day, it's ingrained in our experience. We all know it. We all feel it. We all know what's coming next.
And yet, no matter, and the most interesting thing to me about blues is, yes, it almost sounds the same no matter who's playing it, yet you can always tell if someone's terrible or somebody's great, pretty much right off the bat.
Like all music, you know, at the end of the day, there's room for your voice in there.
Yeah.
So you have a voice or you don't, but you know, when you have one and you got something to say, there it is.
Yeah, and by voice, I'm imagining you don't just mean singing voice. I mean, there's voice in just any instrument that you play.
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, the voice is in the player. You know, I think, to me personally, the way I think about it.
That's a good way to put it.
You know, the voice is in the player, and what instrument just happens to be, you know, a choice they made somewhere down the road. But no, you know, that's the great thing about that. You know, everyone brings a different voice to it, and especially in jazz, you can hear, you know, so many different voices all together at the same time coming together to, you know, form one statement.
Yeah, and it's the most complicated type of music out there because ultimately it's so simple, and the blues anyway. Jazz is another story.
Right. I don't know if any of this is quite that simple.
And I may be oversimplifying. I'm sure musicians out there are cringing a bit. You know, I might be oversimplifying that, but that's something amazing about blues. I love
a thing or two, and I think the audience will find that out before too long.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, now, Brice, you're a very busy man because right after the show, he is playing at Mountain State Brewing Company here in Bridgeport. He's going to be there, 6 to 8-ish?
6 to 8 down at Mountain State Brewing Company. Hi, guys. Real excited. My mom and dad are coming out to see this kid.
You got to show up here, Mom and Dad.
They come out much. They're from Oklahoma City, but they're coming out.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
So, are you from Oklahoma City as well?
No. I grew up kind of outside of Martinsburg almost. I'm West Virginia.
Okay.
For sure.
So West Virginia.
They are too, but they moved out there a while ago.
All right. Well, God bless them. You know, before you go, where can we find your music online and all that good stuff?
Sure. Well, I'm in a lot of places you expect to find me. You know, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. But you know, really to keep up with what I'm doing, where I'm playing out here in West Virginia, you want to check on Facebook.
All right.
Look for Brice Henry, and you know, see me out a number of places. Mountain State Brewing Company tonight. J.P. Henry's in Parkersburg on Saturday night. Be down at the Empty Glass in Charleston later next month. So
you are booked and busy.
We'll catch you next month. We're going to the Labyrinth show tonight, and we're going to catch you next month. Then
for sure.
Maybe if you leave a stool for me, I'll sit in with you. How about that?
There we go. Well, everybody, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Brice Henry's going to perform after the break, and there might be a surprise at the end, so you're going to want to watch this one.
All right, thank you.